Okay, so today you gotta take this off. It's for driving the head. There's like 4 bolts. Can't take this off. The other L2, these splines are wore out, and this is a junk L2. So I'm gonna take this one off. These splines aren't the best, but they're better than what's on the other L2. There shouldn't be any springs behind here, I don't think. Because if I took these bolts out, then I'd have to deal with the spring. But so, guess now we'll head over to the other L2, put this on, and I'm going to show you guys how to set the variable speed for the head drive, because that other one I have a video of explaining about how the belt should be ran and why. Probably play it right after this, but they ran the belt wrong, so now I ran it the right way, but I gotta adjust the, I guess you could call it tensioner, even though these variable speed pulleys are really what holds tension on the belt. That when it's more of an adjustment pulley, it just takes the slack out of the belt. But I'll explain more why you need to have the belt set properly when we're at that L2. Alright, so I took this one off and try and see if you guys can see how wore those splines are. And then the one I'm putting on isn't a ton better. See, there's wear on that, but it's a lot better than that, so this will have to do until I can find a better one. If I have to hunt around, because I know we have more of these sitting around somewhere, but that, you have to look through the barns and hopefully be able to find one that's better. If not, then this is better than that other one. Yes. The other day I did get that plate in the feeder house. I didn't get much video of that because really wasn't a good way to set up the camera without it being right in the way. But I'll probably play some of that at the end of this video. But yeah, it took a lot longer than I thought, and it's a lot harder to get in there. Let's get this good and tight, but not over tight, because don't want this coming off while we're using it. But, yes, now I'll move the camera so I can show you guys how to set this drive belt or head drive belt here. Is if you don't have it set right, it can cause a lot of problems. Alright, so this is how you set this belt. I already went ahead and backed this all the way off to where there's a gap here. And you want to back that off, spin it. I have the back pulley opened all the way up. So this one should be closed all the way. So you spin it, make sure this closes up all the way, and see, belt's loose. And the reason I have to do this is this belt was ran under this pulley there. It's supposed to go over, because when you put the throat down, I have a video I'll play, when you put the throat down, the belt will loosen, and you lift it back up, it'll tighten back up, so it'll make your head change speeds. See, this belt here runs the head, and see how this belt is going under the tension? It's supposed to go over. Now the problem is with going like this, when you put the throat or head, however you want to say it, when you put that down, the belt will loosen. See how the belt is, it's not real loose, but yeah, I'll drop the throat down and show you guys what happens when you put it down. Yeah, see now, when we come up to it, this belt is real loose, and what will happen when that happens, these pulleys, you know, it's the variable speed there, these pulleys will change size, and that'll make your head run at a different speed than what you have it set to now. I mean, this is lower than what you'd be using it at, but that's why they say, because we didn't run this belt like this. This is how it was when we bought it. We never noticed it because we haven't used it, never used this combine much. But yeah, this needs to be going over this, and for whatever reason it makes it to where this doesn't happen. But that's one thing to look for, because in the book it tells you to run it over. But now what you gotta do is move this back up, spin it some, and watch. Make sure, watch your gap here, and wait for this to start to open a little, so that way it'll keep tension on the belt and it'll be set properly. So if you have this too high, it'll, when you speed it all the way up, the belt will bottom out in here and it can break stuff. Yeah, see, now we're pulling some of the slack out of the belt. Every once in a while you just want to give this a few turns. See, it's tightening up now. It's getting tighter, but hasn't moved here yet. Want to be careful not to grab too far back here, because I almost pinched my skin in that belt. I think we're getting just about to where it needs to be. The reason these threads are making noise, not because there's a bunch of force here, but just they're dirty. That's seeming to be about right. I know this belt is actually in pretty good shape. As the belt wears, you'll have to adjust it, but if the belt gets too much narrower, then you have to replace it. But I guess this belt does have some wear. I guess that's probably why it didn't come up as high in this pulley. But that's pretty much how you set it. You're just, I'm probably says it's probably some procedure in the book or something, but you just kind of have to use your judgment on how much to have the belt pull back into this pulley. But yeah, you don't want it pulled real far. One thing I forgot to mention is when you do hook a head up and run it, you want to take a look at this belt and, well, make sure it's not slipping or anything. But also look at this bottom here and make sure it's not flopping or anything. And, if it's flopping or seems loose when it's running, you need to adjust this a little bit more. But that's the thing, you just want to make sure you don't go too far here, because that could wear. If it's too far there and you speed it all the way up, this could open up all the way and can't open anymore, and it pulls that belt real tight and, wear out bearings or bend stuff, whatever. But yeah, it's just, when you do this, when you start running, just watch it or take a look at it and make sure it doesn't seem loose or anything, and then you'll be good to go.